7. Do you know about the Empire of the Hittites? Probably not. Most people don't. But between 1600 and 1178 BC, the Hittite Empire was one of the largest empires in the ancient world, controlling Anatolia, parts of Syria, and northern Mesopotamia. They were fierce warriors, but also innovators. They were the first to use iron weapons on a large scale, which gave them a huge advantage over their neighbors. But despite their innovations and power, the Hittite Empire was forgotten. Why? Well, after they were conquered by the Sea Peoples around 1178 BC, their language was lost, their cities were abandoned, and their culture was wiped away. But the Hittites weren't just a footnote in history. They were a major player in the ancient world who shaped the course of human history. So why have we forgotten them? And what can we learn from their story? 6. The Mali Empire, founded by Sundiata Keita in 325 AD, was one of the largest empires in Africa. At its peak in the 14th century, it controlled much of West Africa, including modern-day Mali, Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, and Ivory Coast. The Malians were known for their wealth, their art, and their scholarship, but also for their military might. Under the reign of Mansa Musa, the Malians took control of the gold trade and became one of the richest empires in the world. But despite their wealth and power, the Mali Empire was forgotten. Why? Well, after Musa's death, the empire declined rapidly, and by the 16th century, it had been conquered by the Songhai Empire. But the Malians weren't just a footnote in history, they were a major player in the medieval world who shaped the course of African history. So, why have we forgotten them? And what can we learn from their story? 5. The Khmer Empire, also known as the Angkorian Empire, was a powerful force in Southeast Asia between the 9th and 15th centuries. The Khmer controlled much of the region, including parts of modern-day Cambodia, Thailand, and Laos. They built magnificent temples and monuments like Angkor Wat and Angkor Thom, and their kings were revered as divine rulers. But despite their power and influence, the Khmer Empire was forgotten. Why? Well, after the 15th century, the Khmer were gradually absorbed into neighboring empires, and their culture was largely wiped out. But the Khmer weren't just a footnote in history. They were a major player in the ancient world who shaped the course of Southeast Asian history. So why have we forgotten them? And what can we learn from their story? 4. Axum was an ancient kingdom located in present-day Ethiopia and Eritrea. It was founded in the 1st century AD, and at its peak in the 4th century, it controlled much of the Red Sea coast and the Ethiopian highlands. The kingdom of Axum was a major trading partner with the Roman Empire and is believed to be the destination of the legendary Queen of Sheba. But, despite its wealth and influence, the kingdom of Axum was forgotten. Why? Well, after the 9th century, the kingdom was gradually weakened by internal strife and external pressures until it was finally conquered by the Muslim Sultanate of Adal in the 15th century. But the Axumites weren't just a footnote in history. They were a major player in the ancient world who shaped the course of African and Middle Eastern history. So why have we forgotten them? And what can we learn from their story? Click here to watch more videos like this.